Hello good folks of the vinyl community, this is Mike, PC31, the vinyl policeman. Before I start, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. We tend when we do shout outs, because you know, I think we all want people in the VC to have as many subs as they possibly can so we can get all our great music across to one another and you know, everybody's viewed a lot. Tend to focus on those who have got less subs than us, which is absolutely fantastic in the way it should be. But I think sometimes we need to focus on perhaps people who have got more than us, but they've got a milestone coming up and they need an extra little push. So I want to give a shout out in this video to Physical Format Rock and Roll, which is fantastic Gary, who makes superb videos, has done for a long time, and he shows some really terrific stuff. Gary is just shy of 1,000 subs, and it would be great if we could just push him over that 1,000 mark milestone. So Physical Format Rock and Roll Gary, if you haven't subbed already, I know most of you would have done, but please give him a little push over so we can get over 1,000. Thanks. During the month, this is my pickups for May, and I've had a fantastic month again. And during the month, I was lucky enough to win competition, JT's competition, JT's record room. And when I won that, the prizes I got from that were these three. This is Peel, The Rising, Bruce, and Nuggets, the Psych album, Psych compilation album. So I won't go through those because I've done a video for those during the month, but I'll put a link below. Also during the month, I did an unboxing-ish of the Clash's 40th anniversary Combat Rock at the People's Hall. And again, I'll put a link below for that one. I won't go through that now. But it's been a great month. First one I wanted to show was True Colours, which is the 5th album released in 1980 by Split Enz. And I saw Split Enz in I think it might have been 1980. It could have been this tour. I'm fairly certain it was. Saw them at the Hammersmith Odeon in London, and they look really strange, but great music. I mean, Tim and Neil Finn, just fantastic songwriters over the years. And this particular album, I've been after this one for a while actually, got some great things on it. The classic track on this one is I Got You. That was a big single, and also Shark Attack was, I think, quite a big single as well. I Got You, Shark Attack, some great tracks on it. Nobody Takes Me Seriously Anymore. Some really brilliant ones. Interesting thing about this album, which I didn't realise, was that when you look at things like Into the Outdoor, Led Zeppelin, and McCartney 3 with the different coloured vinyl, etc., which I got far too involved with. This particular one, a few things about it, it came in 11 different colour combinations, which I didn't appreciate. I mean, it came in yellow and blue, red and green, purple and yellow, blue and orange, lots and lots of different ones. But the rarest one, if you see it, and I've certainly never seen it, is black and white, and you're meant to colour it in yourself. That was the whole idea. There are only 100 of those in the marketplace, and I think they were all originally promo ones. So if you see one of those out and about in your travels, grab it, because I think it's probably worth quite a lot of money. The other interesting thing about this one, which I bought in my local go-to record store, Healing Chemistry, in Fareham, Hampshire, England, was that this is a version which is laser etched. Hopefully you can see that. It's absolutely fantastic. So it's got various shapes and things on it, like the cover. We also got Split Enz written on it as well. And this is the playing sides. Fantastic. The reason they did that way back in the 80s, 1980 apparently, was because it was meant to stop the counterfeiters. Harder to actually reproduce the album in the counterfeit market. So really strong album, and I say Neil and Tim Finn over the years, obviously Crowded House, been such strong songwriters, really brilliant creators of the pop song. So that's my first one. The second one, Richard McCook, Look Away, because this one has never been in my record collection and Richard would be horrified. Electric Warrior, which I picked up during the month. So the second T.rex album, 1971. This is a This is an Abbey Road half-speed mastering one I picked up, which came out recently. But this is the one with Jeepster on and Get It On. So you've got some fantastic songs on this one. It was the best-selling album in the UK of 1971, and many rock and roll journalists consider that this was the album which probably kicked off UK glam rock. Great album. So, and Slider came after this one. Produced by Tony Visconti, the great Tony Visconti, and a Hypnosis cover, as we've all been discussing recently. So next one onto the show was going back to Gary, actually, Physical Format Rock and Roll. He opened the doors for me to War, who I hadn't heard of before, so I picked up a War album, picked up The World Is a Ghetto, and I picked up this one the other day, Greatest Hits. It's not in the cover's not in the greatest condition, but the vinyl is absolutely fantastic. But such a great groove record. You can put it on and it just grooves along. It really finds its slot. But I mean, standouts for me, Cisco Kid, absolutely huge one for me. I think that's a fantastic track. Low Rider, brilliant. I think we all know that one. But I really enjoy War now, and I say I hadn't heard about them pre-VC times, but thanks to Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll, he got me into War, which I appreciate. Next one is, I mean, on the subject of Hypnosis, wouldn't you think that was a Hypnosis record cover, album design? And it's not. It's not. It's actually a guy called Paul Wakefield, but that's a real surprise because I'd have put money on that being a Hypnosis design because it looks so much like them. But great album. I mean, Ken Scott produced. I mean, Ken Scott, fantastic, one of the best producers in the world. At the time, he's done Bowie, Devo, and obviously he was one of the top 5 engineers for the Beatles. He was a real go-to engineer for them. So fantastic, really strong album. Bloody Well Right, Rick Davis lead vocal, Dreamer, Roger Hodgson, and they wrote all the songs on it. So obviously, you know, just one of the really strong Supertramp albums, a must-have for anybody's collection. And another one I picked up, which came out during the month actually, was Warpaint, and this came out early in the month, and I've got this on yellow vinyl, which is pretty good. But a little bit disappointed with this one because I've seen quite a lot of Warpaint on YouTube, and I really like the dream pop kind of feel to the 4 girls, indie rock, dream pop, good stuff. But this is a bit too kind of mellowed out for me, if I'm honest. I mean, it's an easy record to put on. My wife absolutely loves it actually, but it's a bit backgroundy for me. And I mean, the harmonies are gorgeous. The playing is really good, production's good, but it's a bit drifts along for me a bit too much and a bit too mellow. But may well grow on me. Warpaint, Radiate Like This. Next one I got the Pretenders, the singles album, and this is the album. I mean, this is basically Pretender. All the tracks come from Pretenders 1, 2, Learning to Crawl and Get Close. And on here you've got the 2 big Ray Davis ones, I Go to Sleep and Stop Your Sobbing, Don't Get Me Wrong, I've Got You Babe, obviously. Thin Line Between Love and Hate, which is the old Persuaders tune. But fantastic album. I mean, it's just crammed full of hits. Absolutely fantastic. 1987, 57 minutes long as well, so it's a good long album. You get your money's worth of that one. Embryonic Robot, Brian turned me on to Spoon a while ago, and last month, I think it was, I got their previous album, Lucifer on the Sofa, which I absolutely love. I think it's a fantastic album. And I was asking what one should I get next, and this is the one which kept popping up, Ga 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 Ga. And this one came out in 2007, it was their 6th album. And it's great, got to number 10 on the US Billboard. I think it's a really strong album, I've played it quite a lot. I'll keep on playing it, and thanks Brian, really turned me on to Spoon, and I'm enjoying them a lot. They're a terrific band. picked up another. It's really hard to keep up with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They produce so many albums. This is another one that picked up in the month, and it's a terrific album. It's good, easy listening. It's psych rock, acid rock. It's got kind of real edge to it. Vocals are great. The instrumentation's great. Very, very strong album. 17th album of theirs, 2021. And I got the one before, which was called KG. This is the LW. And the one after this, Butterfly 3000, I've got that one as well. But so this is actually called LW from 2021. But the actual subtitle is Explorations into Microtonal Tuning. So that's got to be a psych album. But it's good, solid stuff, great guitar work. Really nice album to listen to. Good stuff. So the last two I'm going to show you are from just one of my favourite bands, and I picked up two of theirs during the month, which I didn't have actually. The Comsat Angels. And the Comsat Angels, in the US, they're known as the CS Angels because of trademark problems, because of naming problems. This is a US album actually. See the CS Angels there, 7 Day Weekend. Never had this one. This is during their Jive period. Basically, they actually released 9 albums during their time, and their time was kind of 1978. I think they formed, and the last album was 1995, The Glamour. But this is kind of their mid-ish period when they signed to Jive, and Jive wanted them to become a lot more 80s pop, and this is 1985. 4 singles off of this. It's a strong singles pop type album. It's not the Comsat Angels that I particularly love, but it's a good album. It's a strong album. Very easy to listen to, strong singles, some good strong songs on it. But 7 Day Weekend. And this album from the Comsat Angels is the Comsat Angels I absolutely love. This is their penultimate album, My Mind's Eye. And this came out in 1992. It was their 8th album. And this is absolute masterpiece. And if I was Elon Musk, I would buy copies of this, get it repressed, because it's really rare actually, it's hard to get hold of, but I would get this repressed, and I would send a copy to everybody in the VC, because I think a lot of people would absolutely love this album. Post-punk, I mean, Comsat Angels are post-punk. That's when they're at their very, very best. As I say, during the middle period, they turned a little bit 80s pop-ish, still with edge to it, and good, strong songs. But this is them at their absolute finest, with edge, just fantastic production. Brilliant album, My Mind's Eye. So, really hard to get a hold of this one, but a massive recommend for me. This would be my album of the month. This is the one I've played most. So, okay folks, hope you've got something from that, and I'll speak again soon.